50% of Hispanics vote Republican, allegedly the next whites. No, Republican, they suck too. They do exactly the same thing. I swear to God, I think Republicans are even worse because at least the Democrats don't pretend that they still want it. The Republicans are like, oh, can you believe what they're voting on? Everyone's voting for more butt. And you're like, dude, you voted for more butt. You're like, oh, can you believe what I did? I think they're more dishonest than the Democrats because at least the Democrats are like, we're disgusting. Like, we are real gross. We want to control it. We don't want to like work and we want to control everything and we're just gross. The Republican are like, I'm a conservative Christian and we need more leadership. Oh, I love it. It's hilarious. I think because the Republicans are like legitimately traitors. The Democrats are like, listen, guys, we're f-. It's kind of like dating. Like if you date a stripper, you know what you're getting. It's like, listen, we're gonna be able to have some threesomes. We're gonna be able to do some coke. But I'm gonna claw at you if your phone rings, and I'll disappear for a week. And you're like, I don't want to make the deal, but I'm glad you're so upfront about it. Versus, these fake Christian women that are like, oh my God, I just want to settle down and I'm so Christian. And meanwhile, they're just all these bees. It's like, who's worse? Obviously, the fake woman's worse than the one being like, you know what this was? I'm damaged. I know women that are literally just like, I'm damaged. Listen, we can just have orgies and shit, and you can do coke off me, but like I'm up, you know? Meanwhile, you got Susie Q homemaker Republican, and she's like, oh, how dare you say the word retarded? Meanwhile, and then she probably aborted her, she probably tested her fetus and they said it was going to be retarded, so she killed it. But yet she's really upset at you for saying the word, you know? She's probably like, Steve, I know abortion's wrong, but I just think that having one would just be such a drain on our family. And I want to give so much more attention to, Gary and Denver. So I just think we have to, Jesus would want us to, because they're not born yet. And so then they kill the baby. And then, so what do they do with all that guilt? They find a random comedian on the internet and they go, how dare you? How dare you say retarded? They are people. They do not deserve to be murdered. Oh my God, it's so true. They're like, how dare you? Dude, I was all ready for like, cause we got the gender tested and they tell you if it's gonna be Down syndrome. And I thought that I was gonna have a Down syndrome kid because I was like, I've been talking about how great they are for so long. I'm like, I'm probably gonna get it Corky. And I was a little pumped about it. Don't get me wrong, I'm pumped he's not Down syndrome, allegedly. But I was already thinking all the fun shit we can do with our Down syndrome kid and like all the chores he would love and how like magical it would be. But it's like, dude, these fake conservative, they're real conservative means nothing. It's retarded. Yeah, I'd have to if I had a Down syndrome kid, I would have named him Corky and I would love the kid. Love him. But it's like all these people that are like, Steven, I know we're against abortion. I know it's wrong. But wouldn't it be more wrong to take away from our children? I mean, we're already pushed to the max. We're paying off our credit card bills for my shoes and my vacations. I what kind of life would he have? Just sitting in a corner being mocked. Meanwhile, the guy making fun of retarded people would love to have a Down syndrome kid. I would be fine with a wheelchair kid. I know that there would be challenges, but like the irony about me. And so anyway, the people that would kill their unborn wheelchair kid are the most offended by me making fun of people in wheelchairs. It's because they can't aim it at themselves, so they have to aim it at a random. That's why they're called scapegoats. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Not go to the salon to get my hair and nails done? Would Jesus want me to look ugly? What are the girls at church going to say? They're going to call me a I'll be too busy taking care of Corky. little Corky to be beautiful for Jesus. All the women in my Bible study, we just gazed at Jesus' abs and bulge and the pain he was in on the cross. And we talk about how he's inside of us and we braid each other's hair. If I have a retarded son, how am I supposed to look beautiful for my bisexual Bible group? Oh, Jesus, Stephen, let me kill. Let me kill, Stephen. And then we can sell it. Oh, and then we can sell the parts. And then want to know what we're going to do to make up for it? Is we'll just be the most anti-abortion people in the world to make up for it. I can already see it now, Stephen. We chastise and scream at anyone who's had an abortion, even if they admit it's wrong. And now they're making amends and they feel bad about it, but they're honest, and so no, they're a murderer. Everyone's a murderer. No, maybe you're those are the people where if someone's like, yeah, I had an abortion when I was younger, and now that I know what a child is, it's like me out. It's so sad. And that bitch should be like, murderer. Meanwhile, it's like once you admit it's wrong, it hurts, and that's your pain. Like that's your pain you have to face. And it's like you don't need some hypocrite freak screaming murderer in your face. You know what it is. That's it. Conservative Bible housewife is 33rd level comedy. Yeah.